Welcome to the TMZ podcast. Devin here with Courtney.
Hello.
What's going on? So we are obviously covering.
Nothing's going on.
Oh, I didn't. No, I didn't even give you a chance to respond. Sorry, we got a lot of notes here.
Yes.
So the Celeste Rivas preliminary hearing is going on this week. We have Alexa, one of my colleagues, or I guess your colleague.
Yeah,
Closer
that's
to me
rude.
though, because I wouldn't consider
No.
you a news desk person.
But she's closer to me altogether.
Did you get invited her? Did you get invited to her birthday?
I couldn't make it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true. I'll have to check with that. So she's in court. They are not allowing cameras in the courtroom, but they are allowing reporters. So, every day we're getting a bunch of information from the courtroom about what's being said in the preliminary hearing. So we will get into some of the not a lot of new details because most of this information was all in that document that was filed like a couple months ago that kind of spelled out all the evidence that they had against David. So we will get into just, what's going on there and some of the newer details. And then a wild story we talked about earlier on. When did it happen? Like a month ago?
Oh,
Adam 22, Lena the Plug, very famous. He has a podcast.
Yeah.
She is a
Huge
OnlyFans
podcast.
girl. I guess he's technically an OnlyFans guy. I would say.
Is he?
Well, anyways, there was a wild story about them getting divorced, and then it ended up not being her, a stalker. Well, there is an update in that whole saga.
Of course there is.
Yeah, so we will get into that after all of the David stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so for starters, so like I said, preliminary hearing has been going on all this week. We got the family attorney, Patrick Steinfeld. He is the family attorney for the Celeste Rivas family outside the courtroom. Obviously, was just kind of saying, the family is very disheartened and broken. They can't understand why he would take a chainsaw to their beautiful girl. Because obviously this week there's been very graphic photos that were shown of them discovering the body. And
they even told the family, hey, you can step out, you should look away. They're going to be graphic. But they looked at all the photos.
Yeah, according to Alexa, who was there in the courtroom, he was very, as far as David's demeanor, just very unfazed, no emotion, and the family looked and didn't turn away, as you said, when they're showing all these graphic photos, which I can't imagine. He did tell us outside of the courtroom that today the medical examiner is going to be speaking. It's going to take the stand, and the family will not be there for that. Because obviously they're going to be getting into even more graphic detail of what happened to
I can imagine having
their
to
daughter.
sit there and listen to that.
Yeah, I mean, I know you want to stay strong and you want to be there because you want to get justice for your loved one, but if
I would almost want David to look at us, look what you did
for
to
sure.
us.
And I think that's why a lot of people do, but damn, you'd have to be a really strong person to be able to stand in a courtroom with the same person that you think or allegedly did this to your loved one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the forensic person, she took the stand yesterday.
Right.
And she said that the garage was just covered. It tested positive for blood. That it was everywhere. And that the inflatable pool that he allegedly cut her, chainsawed her in, was completely dry cleaned, smelled like laundry, and had a dryer sheet in it, which is super sketchy to me.
For sure.
But also there was 2 chainsaws, but they tested negative for blood.
Yeah, so I saw that. So, I mean, obviously that they believe that prosecutors believe that her body was dismembered in the garage. And it's not like this guy's or whoever did it isn't a professional.
Yeah.
So clearly they're going to leave some traces of blood in the house, which is essentially what the forensic criminalist testified.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess they found 2 chainsaws. They tested negative for blood.
But they weren't the chainsaws, right, that were ordered on Amazon?
Right. So Beth Silverman, who's the DA in this case, I guess she asked if they recovered this Makita 10-inch chainsaw because that was the one that on Postmates was ordered by him on May 4th, 2025. And the investigator said, no, they didn't find that particular chainsaw because that's one of the issues. Obviously they have all these forensic samples and stuff, and there's different cuts in the matting because he had matting in his garage that, would line up with if you were using a chainsaw or cutting something up.
Yeah.
But it seems like as far as murder weapon goes or that the investigators don't necessarily have that.
Well, I wonder if that's what the drive up to Santa Barbara was.
Well, yeah, a lot of people point to that. They found her
Mhm.
passport up there in
Yeah.
Santa Barbara off the road in like a kind of a more of a rural area by a
Mhm.
lake. So, and who knows, like
No.
who knows how whoever, if he did do this, how he went about disposing of
Yeah.
certain items. Obviously,
Or if he
the,
like gave it to someone who hasn't.
exactly. So
Yeah.
we just don't know it at this point.
Did you know about the air freshener?
So that was the biggest new thing. So like I said at the top, obviously a lot about this case has already come out as far as just, our reporting, other reporting, and then the documents that were filed by the investigators where they really laid everything out. So this is kind of more just rehashing everything that we already kind of know. It's kind of more of like a formality with the preliminary hearing where then the judge decides whether or not it's going to go to trial. I mean,
I don't understand why
obviously
all this. It feels like it should go to trial. It feels
no,
like
it's for sure going to
they
trial.
just need probable cause, and it looks like they have it.
Yeah, and so the air freshener things was a little interesting. So obviously we know, according to investigators, that they have this footage that it was David the one who parked his Tesla there, and that it sat there for months where the body was deteriorating in the front trunk or the frunk or whatever they're calling it. So they also presented evidence that I guess they found all these air fresheners, 11 inside the Tesla, scattered like in the Tesla, in the trunk, like under seats. Yeah. I mean, I love air fresheners. Like you only need like one. I used to have like a black ice one in high school, but it was kind of aggressive. It's real. The point I'm saying is that they're very strong, but I don't think
if you're putting 11 air fresheners in your car, you're trying to hide a smell.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's definitely not a good sign. And also it might explain why a lot of people are like, oh, this body was, rotting in this car for weeks. How did no one smell it? I don't know. I'm not like an air freshener expert. I don't know how well they would like kill that serious of an odor. But clearly, I mean, they were trying to conceal that there was a dead body in the car. And this is just another component that points to the fact of them trying to hide the smell and the fact that there was a body in the car.
It still creeps me out how unfazed he was. And I know like the lawyers yesterday were saying that David was shown like the photos beforehand. But regardless, we knew that he knew her. So I don't understand. And even if you didn't know her, just see like those photos as like they're being described. I don't know how you're unfazed and have no emotion looking at it.
I mean, if he is guilty of this crime, though,
I'm sure he's being told like not, but like.
Well, yeah, of course your lawyer is going to coach you how to do it, but also as a human being, how could you ever chop up a body of someone?
Yeah,
you're not exactly
in the right state of mind.
Yeah. The other interesting element, I guess, is they brought a couple of executives from Interscope, and I know a lot of people were.
I was shocked about how much money he made.
Right. How much did he even actually make? I know he could have earned like at 19 million at some point if he would have fulfilled his contract. But yeah, I mean, he was making like tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah. It's insane.
But a lot of people, I think,
he was estimated to earn 12 million between 2023 and 2025.
Which is crazy because I mean I know he like played Coachella and I think maybe he had a pretty big audience that was maybe a younger demographic, but like I didn't necessarily know any of his songs until we started covering the case. I knew who he was.
I've heard of his songs, but I didn't know who the artist was.
Right, and so it's not like he was like this big artist, but maybe that Interscope was the label he was signed to. Clearly, they saw something in him, and they clearly have the numbers, so they probably thought he was going to be a big star.
Yeah, I mean, even when the body got found and everyone thought it was David and his tour was still going on, the tickets were still selling out.
Like, they weren't massive venues, but people were still. But yeah, I mean, the point I was trying to make was that I think Interscope got a lot of heat at the time because all this stuff was coming out, and it was like clearly taking cops a long time to do the investigation and actually charge him and list him as a suspect. And everyone was kind of being like, how has his label not dropped him?
Yeah.
And we spoke to some people over there and that's just kind of how in situations like this is just kind of how it goes. Like until someone is charged, named a suspect, they're only getting, facts that
innocent until proven guilty.
Exactly. Innocent until proven guilty. And it's like, yes, he's being accused of some heinous crimes and a dead body was in a car that he owned. But they kind of were just gathering facts like everyone else until they were ultimately able to make the decision in December to part ways with him. So all of 2026, he never received any money from Interscope. So that was another little thing that came out. Maybe not very like, it's not like directly to the case base, but
Yeah.
just kind of the whole situation. A lot of people were super interested just in anything about, you know, what was going on with him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was kind of.
I feel like
Tony,
that
was there
like,
anything else big that
the
you thought?
most
I thought that was
significant all I saw.
the because like I'm saying, like
Well,
most of this is just being rehashed.
Yes.
You know?
Well, I know that people were questioning why like the family left, and Jordan, our camera field producer, she asked the lawyer, and he was like, you know, they were up at 5 a.m. They were driving down from like Elsinore,
Right.
and they just like were tired, wanted to get some sleep for like and it's like they have to be mentally and physically exhausted from all of this.
For sure. And also this is the preliminary hearing again.
Yes.
So it's not the main trial, which I'm
No.
sure they will be appearing at.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess yeah, but the only interesting thing I thought about the Interscope thing is I was told by someone at one point that you had to be charged for them to drop him, but technically they dropped him 4 months before he was actually formally arrested. So I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
I know there's contracts and obviously
A whole bunch
they
of
got to let
things.
everything play out.
Yeah.
And obviously.
Well, I wonder if they also could drop him because he stopped his tour.
Yeah, that could
That's,
be.
like, something.
I mean, definitely. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the ins and outs of his contract.
No,
but
can't sing, so I don't know anything about the music
Yeah.
industry.
okay. Yeah, and like I said, we'll be covering it today. I believe they're in court again tomorrow. I think it ends on Friday. The preliminary hearing
Yeah.
is scheduled. It might continue on until next week, but we'll have updates all on the website,
Mhm.
and I'm
And
sure
probably
we'll.
the PM podcast. What is
Yeah.
it called? The afternoon podcast. Afternoon.
Yeah, so tune into that if you
Yeah.
guys are bored in the afternoon.
Hey.
That wasn't a shot at all. It's just like if you guys need something to do. I shouldn't have said bored.
No.
No, but like if you're bored, you would watch that and then be entertained. So that
Okay.
was kind of like a.
Also, I love that we're about to move on to Adam 22 and you're wearing a no jumper.
I know,
Sure.
I know. It is kind of ironic. That's his
Yeah,
podcast. I did
I
not
know.
wear this thinking
On
of
purpose?
that. No, I also
I have a
I don't know
fake
what's
camo
going
hat
on. I don't know what's going on with my phone charger at night.
Mine's not charging.
I think it like it slips out a little bit and I don't
Yeah.
realize and I plug it in and now I'm on like 5%.
The-
That's great.
Mine's unplugged underneath the bed, but the bed's too heavy to move, so
Don't you have someone to lift the bed for you?
yes, but yes.
Okay. Um
That's a whole
so
nother issue.
so this Lena the plug, I've actually never
Isn't that-
I've actually never seen the guy.
really?
Is he a big enough guy to lift a bed?
Yes.
Okay.
I would be jealous of his stash. 'Cause-
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I can grow a mustache, I can't grow a beard.
Not
That's
like
the
him.
thing. Oh, okay.
I
Good to know. I'll have
Isn't
to check
it
him
Lena
out.
the plug?
It's Lena, whatever. You guys know her as it's Lena.
Fine.
Lena the
Isn't that what I said?
Lena? I don't know. Lena the plug.
I know it's Adam 22.
Lena/Lena the plug.
Yes.
OnlyFans model
Mhm.
hooked up with Adam 22 owns, like you said, I have a no jumper
Yep.
shirt on, so very timely. He owns it. It's a podcast network. They
Mhm.
put a bunch of content out. They interview rappers. On their other side hustle is him and Lena have, I forgot what Plug Talk, which is, I'm just like
Oh,
plugging all
boy.
their stuff right
You
now.
really are.
Which is basically where they interview like porn stars and then they shoot content with them. So, anyways,
Got
last
it.
month, she filed for divorce. Everyone was shocked. Wow,
Yes.
this is crazy. Everyone thought they were in love and had this open relationship where they hook up with other people. What could happen?
Yeah.
Turns out she comes out and says that there's this person, this guy that's apparently obsessed with her, that thinks that she's in an abusive relationship, basically filed a fake divorce petition
Yeah.
on her behalf that she had no idea what was going on.
No.
They waited a couple days
Which I thought was super weird.
to like clarify everything,
Yes.
which they're genius marketers, so they just they were just like plugging all their stuff while everyone's talking about them, and then they're like, oh, by the way, we're not
So-
getting divorced.
Yeah.
She came on TMZ Live. Anyways, an update. So the weirdest thing of the whole thing is she told us on TMZ Live she's gonna be hiring a lawyer because then
Mhm.
you have to get it dismissed and say, hey, this wasn't me. I want this thrown out of court,
Yeah.
whatever. As far as we see in the system, that never happened. So maybe she
No.
just doesn't want to pay money to get a lawyer. But this mystery guy is still going forward because a couple days ago, last week, Adam was served with divorce papers.
That's so weird.
So this guy,
file on behalf
so
of
this
someone.
guy filed, because he did it online, I guess, filed, and then he hired a process server to actually have Adam served.
Oh my goodness.
So he was sitting at his house on, I think, the 15th or the 17th. I don't have the exact dates, last week.
Uh-huh.
And this lady goes, you're being served with divorce papers. So it's just like still ongoing.
ending.
We reached out to him. Adam's like, yeah, I got
must have-
served. I don't know, like this guy's a crazy person essentially. And like they looked into getting like hiring a PI and like
Yeah.
going down that route. But they were ultimately like, why are we spending all this money on a crazy person?
Well,
So
I would spend on like security.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically being like, he wants the FBI and law enforcement to get involved. It's really unclear what they're doing about this whole situation. Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of
so
bizarre.
weird.
It's like a weird thing where it's like on the outside, you'd be like, wouldn't you want to like maybe get a restraining order?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want to like file to dissolve the petition? Doesn't seem like they're doing any of that. On their side, maybe it's like, hey, we don't want to spend money on a crazy person.
Yeah.
And also like here we are getting more publicity, which clearly they love. So I don't really know what the hell is going on,
I
but
guess no publicity is bad publicity.
yeah. So
Wait,
no, it's all publicity is good publicity. There you go.
I had no coffee this morning yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. But yeah, so who knows? It's a weird saga.
Was she at the house with him?
I don't know that. I just know that he answered the door and it was a process. Right? Yeah, they are definitely still together. A process server served him and he's like, oh, I guess I'm not getting divorced. So yeah, obviously cops have like a lot to do. So I don't know. I know she said she spoke to cops at the time, but it's like, I don't know. It appears this guy isn't even in California. So maybe they're just like thinking that like, oh, this is just, it's like, they don't clearly feel that in danger because they're not really taking too much action.
And do they know who the guy is?
No, apparently they don't. So,
can you see who filed the divorce papers online?
Yeah, I looked at the petition, but he used her name and then like an email, and I'm assuming not his actual number.
And that's why they wanted the PI to try and
Yeah, so I think they were looking into this guy. Ultimately, decided not to go that route. But yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on with these two.
No, I don't think they do.
Well, I think they do. They're in love, and I think they're just like, this guy's a nut job, and I'm getting a ton of publicity.
I don't know. They have a daughter. You think? I don't know.
Yeah,
whatever.
I don't know. All right. No comments today, unfortunately.
We gotta start the show.
Oh, what time is it?
8.
My phone's about to die. All right. Well, we will see you guys tomorrow.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday's tomorrow, and check out the afternoon podcast. It's so amazing.
Way to try and save it.
No, seriously. If you have anything going on in this afternoon or don't, still watch the podcast. All right, bye.